I look at it like this. You know, life happens, and I'm life. Your life, we're life, we live it, right? So we good, we good. If you look at the thing, though, I said 145. Now, I know yesterday I said 130. I know all of that, but I mean, y'all got to stop bringing up old stuff all the time. It's been a rough morning. Real rough, you know what I'm saying? It's been a rough morning, but, uh, yeah. We're gonna make up the time anyway. Hold on. I'm feeling crowded over here. Let's get it right. All your money, baby. If you the type that spends your money on something, not some money. I'm talking about all of it. Has there ever been a time when you spent all of your cash on something you wanted, something that you had to? Even if you had to bail somebody else out, literal bail or just helping out. You know, some people have a mental block on spending all their money. I can respect that. So I ain't gonna play all along today. Let's go. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 1:30 p.m. to around 3:30-ish. And the reason that we say 3:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other. Bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see that way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I am your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the whether you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should today. And today we're talking about those things that you spent all of your money on. I'm not talking about when you spent to the point where you was broke. I'm talking about when you spent to the point where you didn't have nothing left. I'm talking about maybe pennies. You know, because some people will say, well, I spent all my money and they still got a few $100s left. No. And I'm not talking about that relative broke, you know, like, because I make a lot more money than you, then if I'm down to my last $1,000, I'm broke. But if you down to your last $100, you broke. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about zero is zero. Zero is zero. So what we're talking about today are those times when you may have had to drain the whole account. The whole account, baby. You understand what I'm talking about? If you've ever been there, if you've ever had to spend all of your money, you probably remember those times or that time, and it probably doesn't sit well with you if you are a more fiscally responsible person. But the thing is, a lot of people aren't fiscally responsible. A lot of people do just play the lottery. And I don't mean the lottery, the actual lottery where they, the balls are in the case or whatever, and whatever numbers come. I'm talking about play the lottery in terms of their finances. They don't seem to have a plan. They're hoping for luck. So if they feel like if they spend all their money, the Lord will provide, or maybe they have a resource outside of their income or whatever they work for that will help them out. So you know how some people, like some women, have a sugar daddy. So yeah, they can go ahead and spend $700 on a pair of shoes and maybe a few $100s on a dress for a special occasion, or just to make themselves feel good. You know what I mean? Sometimes people get depressed and they start using that retail therapy. You know, retail therapy, when people spend money, go out and shop because they feeling bad about something else. It happens with a lot of us. And it may not happen on a grand scale for all of us, but for some people, they go out and they throw the baby out with the bathwater financially. What you know? What do you know? So that's what we're going to talk about today. Those times, those people that spend all of their money on something, all of it, baby. Like I said, zero is zero. For all y'all high roller cats that be like, yo, man, if I'm down to my last 5,000, then I feel like I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I ain't got but 5 G's left. I got 5 kids. I might only have $5,000 left, and I got 5 kids. I ain't gonna be able to pay this. I ain't gonna be able to take care of them. I got a house. I got a car. I got a mortgage. I got shit. I got revolving accounts. Shit. My bills alone, my monthly bills alone is like $5,000. So that means I'm only gonna be able to live for a month. If that's all I got, I can't do that shit. Now I ain't talking about you, dog. I'm talking about when you might be down to $5 and your monthly income. I mean, your monthly expenses are 5,000. Something happened where you had to spend all your money. Like, let's say you messed up with the IRS. That's a good example. You messed up with the IRS. You know the IRS, they don't care. They don't care that you got child support. They don't care that you got a mortgage. They're going to take all that shit away from you. The state can have the kids. Oh, they live with their moms? Then what you worried about them for? Give me that money. You owe the IRS that money. Now, we can put you on a payment plan. Maybe they already did. We can handle it two ways from the Internal Revenue Service. We can put you on a payment plan, or we can put you in jail. The choice is yours. You can get with this, or you can get with that. Or you can get with this, or you can get with that. Now you got to think, like, if you are in trouble with the IRS, that's probably the result of you spending money all over places, having a lot of money coming in, having a lot of money coming in, but you wasn't breaking off the government. I ain't mad at you. You might have gotten away with it for a minute. But then when they catch up to you, they'll take everything. Like, yo, so you like to play drums before your show, right? Yeah, you like to play drums before your show, right? Well, you owe money, so this is what we gonna do. We need them. We need them. Don't worry about the pawn shop. We gonna take away this first one. We can get a couple of dollars for that one. This one is a little heavier and it looks a little more professional than the other two. We're going to take that away from you too. We got that. We got that. We need that one too. So we take that. We got those three. Now you're getting closer to our goal. Our goal is to make sure that you stay safe, and you're not going to be able to be financially safe if you don't pay us no money. So we can put you on this payment plan, but we need to take some things from you because there's some things that you don't really need. You don't need them drums or whatever. Just hum the beat. Yeah, take it back to the 80s. Take it back to the 80s with a human beatbox. Matter of fact, make a CD. Make a CD. Sell your music online. Do something. You're going to need it, baby. You're going to need it, baby, because we need that. Well, anyway, the IRS will take it all. They will take it all. They're not trying to negotiate with you. Like I said, they'll put you on a payment plan. They'll do that for you, but they're going to take the rest. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Because I know some people going to start lying. I ain't never spent all my money on that. What? Rest in peace, DMX. He definitely spent all his money. Well, yeah. So what's good, man? How y'all feeling, man? How are y'all feeling today? What's good? Emily Dunlap in the house. I said it. Emily. What's going on, man? How you feeling? Good to see me some you. And also Carla. What's going on, Carla? And my people's access to Rome. How you feeling, my dude? Good to see you. Good to see you. Haven't seen you around here. Nah, I mean, just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's always sunnier when access to Rome comes back through. It's good to see you. My brother Ansel Jones is in the house. What's going on, my brother Ansel Jones? How you feeling, my dude? How you feeling? Good to see me. Cheryl Halsey, always good to see you. And Dimples D's. What up, Dimples? What up, Dimples D's? How you feeling, man? Good to see you. And was that 47 Occanum? 47 Occanum. All right. Beer, butter, Newport, 100 special. That's garbage. That is. And I hope you're not saying you spent all your money on that. I hope you ain't saying you spent all your money on that. Damn. Just get a couple of packs and you be good. Carla says even unemployment wages are taxed. IRS never playing. Never playing. You know, when the tax man cometh, they be like, yo, we like the winner. We take all. Not trying to hear that shit you talking about. You know you working under the table. That's why you owe us, because you working under the table and you not giving us the money that we need that. We like the mob, and we gonna show you how we're like the mob. So you better go do some hair on your porch or on your steps or something. You let me see your fingers. Let me see your fingers. Oh yeah, these hair braiding fingers. You've been spending 10, 12 hours doing micros. Well, you better hurry up and do something. You better be doing micros all week. I don't care if you got to stay up 23 hours doing micros. You doing micros in your sleep. You good? I'm good. You out there selling socks? You selling barrettes, barrettes for the little girls for their hair, while your woman braiding hair on a porch or on her front steps. Keeping a female between her legs. She just braiding. She braid. We gotta pay the tax man. Pay the hours. We gotta pay the hours. You know what I mean? I gotta watch out for CPS taking the kids and IRS taking a house, taking a car, taking the clothes, taking the jewels, taking my heart, taking my soul, taking my love, taking my hate, taking my feelings. They take everything. Everything. T. Carey, right? Morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. Good to see you. But yeah, those things that you would spend all your money on. All right, we got the poll up. Let me see what y'all talking about. We got the poll. The poll question. Let's see, we got 12 votes so far. What things have you ever spent all of your money on? And I hope y'all answered this correctly, because I meant all your money. Now, I knew people was going to start lying right here. Because most of the people, well, it's only 12 votes, so that means 6 people said they spent all of their money on a house, rent, credit cards, or medicine. Now, the reason I say that people are lying is because of the credit cards part. Because the credit cards part is representative of all the other 3 choices that came before it. The party and the alcohol, the drugs, the women, the men on love. Love. I ain't talking about sex. Sometimes, there are women out there that will collect a man's whole paycheck or whatever money he got. She always need it, and she will get it because she got it like that, and he's hooked like that. And so that's how it's going down. All right. And then the third one, jewelry, cars, clothes, and all of that. Well, people did keep it a buck with that. They kept it a buck with that. 25% said they've spent all of their money on jewelry, cars, and clothes. All right. But that adds up to the credit card bill more than likely, because most people ain't paying cash for all of that. We ain't talking about the dude who come through while you in the hair salon or the barber shop, you know what I mean, with his little, like, yo, man, you know what I mean? I got the gold bracelet, I got the rings. I'm this real gold too. This ain't none of that slum shit. You know what I mean? And there's more from where that came from. So, you know what I mean? Give me your number. And, if I don't have what you have, if I don't have what you need right now, you can get it later. You can get it later. You know what I mean? Go ahead and finish go ahead and finish looking beautiful. And I got you after that. You know how people who get paid every day, like some hairstylists and some barbers get paid every day. They don't always get paid every week. There are plenty of shops that started to adopt that model. Like, yo, I have to make sure that I keep all of the money for my stylist and my barber for the week. But because a lot of stylists and barbers wasn't showing up. If they made a lot of money on like a Wednesday or like on Saturday or Sunday, they wasn't showing up. Remember back in the days when barbershops and hair stylists, what do you call them? Hair salons, they didn't used to be open on Monday. That used to be their day off, Sunday and Monday. Then, we had a few greedy stylists. They was like, shit, I'm open on Sunday. I'm open on Monday. I might not have as long hours, but look, we open every day. We're going to get this money. Because the shop owner just bought a Benz. Shop owner just bought a Benz, baby. So that's how we doing it today, y'all. Does thou feeleth? Does thou feeleth what thou talking about? Those things that you have spent or that you would spend all of your money on, baby. All of it. When was the last time y'all did it? For those of y'all who have done it, For those of y'all who have spent all of your money. Let me stress one more time what I mean by all of your money. I'm not talking about when you got a few $100, maybe even $50 left in the little sock, or some of y'all got that big ass coin jug, that piggy bank. You got a few milk gallons of change. You just been feeding the change, John. Some of y'all got $20, $30 worth of change in y'all older cars. You know, the cars that have an ashtray. You know, the cars that have an ashtray. You know, because cars used to have an ashtray. You used to be able to smoke in your own car. I know it sounds crazy, right? It sounds crazy. But yeah, there was a time when I mean. Yeah. So some of y'all, like, that would actually be me. My cars are older. So, they got ashtrays. Some of them got ashtrays. So there's mad change in that shit. And I used to keep the change in there for the toll booths. Now the toll booths don't have you can't pay a toll now. You guys swipe will just go through the toll booth on some easy pass shit, and they just mail you the bill. So now you keep all the change. So now I gotta use my change to help out crackheads or other drug addicts on the street. Hell yeah. Carla, change spins. But now that they are eliminating the penny, and they talking about they not gonna take pennies no more, so you better march your ass down to your local grocery store, wherever they have Coinstar, and get rid of them pennies, because they about to take pennies off the market. That lets you know where our inflation is too. If pennies are becoming obsolete and unacceptable, that lets you know exactly where our economy is and how inflation has impacted us. Rob Dougherty, what's good? Thanks for coming through. Johnny West says, when I was 26, I had zero. What the hell was zero? That's less than nothing. How can you have left? How can you have left less than nothing? It happens. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill. Sit back, relax, do your thing, max and chill. Good to see you, my dude. Always good to see you, my dude. Yo, y'all, do me one little favor. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Some of y'all in and out or whatever. Some of y'all hanging around. For those of y'all who are hanging around, or even the ones that are passing through trying to see if this is what you want to be a part of, please just hit the like button. Get the thumbs up. Get the thumbs up. Get the thumbs up. That's all I ask of you. I'm not selling you nothing. I'm not begging you for nothing, but I appreciate everything. But one thing I am asking you for is to please hit the like button. Just hit the like button, and me and you will be A-OK. We will be A-OK. Or Kappa Psi. Phi Kappa Phi Psi. Yeah. Kappa Phi Psi. Eh? Kappa Psi Phi. Kappa Psi Phi. The black fraternity with all the light-skinned boys. You know what I'm talking about. They do this. You know what I mean? Some shit like this. The white, the red, the fuck. Anyway. What is it? It's Ka Psi. Kappa Alpha Psi. Well, I said Kappa Psi Phi. I'm bugging. It's Ka Psi, right? Kappa Alpha. All right. Shout out to Kappa Alpha Psi. Shout out to Omega Phi Psi. Omega Psi Phi. Omega Psi Phi, right? Phi Beta Sigma. Phi Beta Sigma. Those are Sigmas. And A Phi A. Shout out to Sigma Gamma Rho. Zeta Phi Beta. Right? Zeta Phi Beta. Delta Sigma Theta. Right? Delta Sigma Theta. And AKA, right? shout, shout out to old Greek with the, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. All right. All right, that got 2 more likes. So yeah, that was effective. That was effective. Lord, I tell you, you would think a like button is like, I'm not doing it. I just can't like I can't like must can't push like I give me 10 more minutes. I'll try again. But anyway, yeah. So for the people who have ever spent all the way down to 0, when was the last time you did it? When was the last time that happened? Cheryl Halsey says, do the screen likes count? What are screen likes? What are screen likes? All I know is that when you come to the channel, there should be a button, a little tab down the bottom that says thumbs up and one that says thumbs down. Pick the one that says thumbs up. That's all. That's the best way I can explain it. That's all I'm looking for. That's what I'm talking about, Carla. That's what I'm talking about, Carla. Carla says, I slide in on the like button like, hold on. Let me get this out of the way. Let me get this out of the way. You know, we're not gonna be playing these like games. You know what I mean? Think I'm coming in here on a Sunday afternoon or a Saturday afternoon or any other time I'm here because I don't like, you know what I mean? I ain't come here to hate. Came here to show love. Appreciate it, mucho. More than mucho. Okay. So yeah, the last time that you, or maybe you remember the first time that you spent all your money. I've always had an uncomfortable feeling about spending all of my money. And I don't care what the situation is or how little money I had before or how much money I had. You know, when I was a teenager and I was working at a clothing store, I had a friend who worked with me at the store. And sometimes he wouldn't come to work. And I used to be like, yo, why do you don't come to work every day after school? And he was like, sometimes, oh, I don't be feeling like coming in, you know what I mean? Like after school, I don't, you know. And his explanation was, well, I only make this much a day. So if I don't come in, I'm not losing a lot. I had never heard of any logic like that before. Because my thing was, if I'm only making a little, then every cent counts even more. He thought the opposite. Like, well, if I don't come in, I'm only losing this much, so it ain't that big of a deal. And I was like, no, it is a big deal. So his thing was not a big deal because I'm not making a lot. My thing was, is a big deal because you're not making a lot. So you gotta stack on and save or accumulate as much as possible. He didn't see it that way. And I never forgot that. I never forgot the way he looked at that because he stood on it. Maritza Allberg. Ritzy, what's good? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you, without a doubt. But yeah, so, but some people, I'm sure he's not the only one who ever felt that way. Like, I don't make a whole lot anyway. So I go when I feel like going. Now, I can see if you have another hustle outside of that that's paying you. So you figure, I'm not going to go in there and spend 8 hours or however long I'm there, you know, trying to get that money when I could be hustling or doing this, that, and the third somewhere else. Like when he didn't come to work, he was just like playing basketball with his friends after school. All right, it was his junior year. It was his junior year. And I'm thinking, like, it's your junior year. You 16 years old, making a little bit of money in a clothing store that will give you credit. Like, this was a popular clothing store. This had the clothes that we wanted to wear. For real, for real. It was like one of the top clothing stores in the whole city of Philadelphia. So I'm like, you got a good situation here. Hey, I was a senior in high school. I was coming to work every day. Every day we was open. So now it was just two different types of, types of thinking. But hey, I'm sure he's not the only one who ever felt that way. You know what I mean? So, I don't know whether or not he ever spent all of his money. All of his money. No, it says your young boy was thinking, I'll spend my time where I'm valued. I guess. I got nothing. Carla says that dude had his priorities all jammed up. I mean, Nar says being at zero after paying bills sucks bad. Here's the thing. Okay. That's what you meant by screen likes. So if you tap the screen twice, then it'll come up as a like. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, do that. That works. Does it? I guess it don't work this way. Here's the thing. If you spend all your money on bills, if your cash is on zero after you paid your bills, isn't that kind of a result of the spending that you've done before? And I guess it depends on the bills. If you just spending money, I mean, if all of your money comes from paying your rent or your mortgage, and let's say like if you have electric, phone, gas, possibly some of those apps on your phone. Y'all know I talk about the apps on your phone all the time. You want to find out where your money is going? You ain't got to go far. You scroll through your apps and you will start seeing where a lot of your money is going. And the longer you can scroll, I think, damn, that wasn't even the last page. And my shit don't roll over. So what y'all see, that's money. Some of these apps I have to pay for. So however much I have to pay for them every month, that's taken away from the bottom line. That's taking money out of my pocket. What up, Jerry Adiemi? Thanks for coming through. And Boyko says, hi, man. Tell me how to live happily forever. Well, it sounds to me like you're already at a good start. If you can actually write how to live happily forever, shit, just writing that symbolizes at least some contentment, if you ask me. Keep going. So, wow, Ritzy says I used to spend all of my money on ballroom dance. Recreation. Now, you know, recreation goes far. That's a deep concept because recreation for you might have been ballroom dance. And I'm not sure of how you spend a lot of money on ballroom dancing. Was like an entry fee? Was it a contest? Was it, lessons or something like that? But for other people, it might have been partying. And partying can mean clubbing, it can mean drinking, it can mean drugging, it can mean spending money on other people who are drinking, drugging. And can't forget the man's kryptonite, the man's downfall, paying for that ooey paying for the nasty. So first we get some alcohol, then we sniff a little coke, then I get with shorty, and I mean. And yeah. Now I don't know if that can land you on zero, but you can get pretty close to it. You can get pretty close to it like that. There's some women that will gladly remove you of all the money that you need or had. Richie says, I used to spend all of my money on ballroom dance therapy for me, lessons and show. Okay. All right. I ain't mad at it. Now, do you mean all your money though, Richie? Like all your money? Like, shit, you know what thing I forgot? Look, some people give all their money to the church. The church, baby. I forgot that one. Some people give all their money to the church. That's right, call it that ooh-wee. First we drink a little bit, sniff a little bit. Then we get these shorties. My ooh-wee bill keep going up. The more she know I got, the more ooh-wee. Here you go. Fuck it. So Boyko says, thanks, man. You too. But if we are all born to die, what is the meaning of life, meaning of living? Hold on, I'm gonna get back to you on that. And Navi Paco says, where is Sean Diddy? Daddy coming home. Where is Sean Diddy? Daddy coming home. I don't know. Ask the judge. I can't speak on that. If you a supporter, you should find that out. A quick Google search might help out. All you gotta ask.
What might help out is a somewhat
Shut up. Motherfucker. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, partying costs a lot of money. And the younger you are and the more you party, yeah, it'll take all your money. Now you can spend all of your money trying to chase more money, like bad investments. So you bought like an investment property, maybe it needed some repairs and things like that. You were actually going to have to put more money in it in hopes of flipping it or whatever you want to do with it. You were trying to actually do the right thing with your money. You were trying to make your money make more money. Well, if you don't have the right plan or the right people next to you that are helping you take your money to make more money, but instead they are taking your money, putting it in your pocket. I mean, putting it in their pocket and telling you that you didn't put in enough money in order to make your money make more money. That happens a lot. Shout out to all those athletes out there. They do that. They know something about that. Richie said the ballroom dancing made her feel good and sexy. Yes, all of my leftover money. God damn. Hayden, what's good, Hayden? Says, hello, have a good day. You do that as well. Look at this. Drewster says, dude, I'll kiss your bald head. I bet you the fuck you won't. I'll bet you would never get the opportunity to do that. No man has done that. And I can bet you all the way until my dying day that it won't happen. Maybe the Undertaker or Whoever handles my body when I'm dead, they'll get a chance to do it. My shooters are in the house. I ain't having that shit. Bow! I'm fucking around with my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. He ain't playing. Richie said private course used to cost me $50 an hour. Oh shit. I can see how that could have a really, really devastating effect on your bottom line. Okay, Boyko says, in our life, brother, we are the reality. We are reality living or just existing day to day, slowly dying. Okay, wait a minute. Carla says, Marissa, if that made you happy, you didn't feel so bad when it was your last. I don't know, Carla. Just because I like it, don't mean I want to. I've liked a lot of things, but shit, I don't like not having enough money to buy no more. I don't like it. I gotta think if I've ever spent all of my money, like none left. Have I ever spent all of my money to the point where I had to go borrow money from somebody else? That's what I have to take a look at. And I don't think so, because I don't really have a problem leaving a bill out there. If it's going to leave me on zero, then I say, well, fuck it. Like, what has to be on to the point where I have nothing? Like, not even money for, I don't know, a small fries. But I want to go this thing with Boyko. I'm gonna take some time out to address that. We're not dying every day. First, your body has to develop and kind of level out, or should I say plateau. First, your health it raises, it gets higher, and then it plateaus, and then you start to die. So the question is, at what point in each individual's life do they start the decline? I'm going to say for me, the decline for me probably started in my 50s. No. I meant to say 40s. That's probably when it started to decline. I'm talking about my body functions weren't as acute, weren't as on point, weren't as fine-tuned as before. Where up until 40, it was very easy for me to lose weight. It was very easy for me to build muscle, and it was harder for me to get sick. But you know, I could say that now. I don't get sick very often. But I know I'm not on my way up. I mean, the grays is all crazy. You know what I mean? I lost my hair around 35. So will we say 35? But I know that every time I got a new job, and if I was active, you know what I mean? The pounds came off quick. Now the pounds be like, tell you what, we're going to hang out. This gut ain't moving. I mean, y'all might not believe it, but I do a lot of core work. I do a lot. My stomach is big, but that motherfucker is hard. I am not a softie. And my test is like when I'm going up and down the steps, if I feel my shit jiggle, I know I gotta get it together. My shit don't though, it's solid. It's just too big. Now, when I was younger, I've never had like a 6-pack or nothing like that, but I could easily get it reduced. So, you know, but quality of life is what you should concentrate on more than anything else. And when I say quality of life, Some people are going to go straight to finances since we're talking about money today. But trust me, money is not going to be the thing that makes your life have quality. Money is not going to be the thing that enriches your life. It's going to be the things that make your ability to concentrate on other things in life, because you don't have to worry about your bills pulling you down. You understand what I mean? But the things that will give you real quality of life are love, understanding, peace of mind, comfortability, trust, the ability to trust other people who are in your life, and the ability to be trusted by other people who are in your life. That's what quality of life is all about. And when you get to that point, you know that you are really living. Without those things, life doesn't seem like it's worth living. And you may not feel like quality of life is anywhere within your realm of not possibility, but your realm of being able to attain it. You know what I mean? Like you can't possess that. But true happiness comes out of the relationships that you form, and the way that you are regarded by others, and the way that you can regard others. And when those things are above average, you are living a good life. You can have all the money in the world and people not like shit about you except for the money that you have, and hopefully that they can get from you. They're trying to extract the money from you. So I choose to look at life that way. But along the way, the sad part is that we lose other people who never even got a chance in our view to ever enjoy their lives. It makes it hard. You know what I mean? And then I'm dealing with your own stress and depression and things like that. But diet and exercise can help with all of that. So hopefully I helped with that. I would love to really be able to help with that, but it is what it is. Deshaun Ramsey, what's good, Deshaun? What's good? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. And Xander 999Z says, hey, just stumbled upon this live. May I ask, what is this channel really about? Well, this channel, I'm going to try to not give you the cookie cutter thing. I'll just tell you the things that we talk about. We talk about family. We talk about health. We talk about jobs. We talk about life. We talk about death. We talk about money. We talk about friends. We talk about lovers. We talk about marriage. We talk about divorce. We talk about children. We talk about the elderly. We talk about politics. We talk about the environment. We talk about the afterlife. We talk about heaven and hell. We talk about the sun, the moon, and the stars. We talk about whether there's life on other planets. We talk about why we might habitually put on the left shoe instead of the right shoe, or the other way around. So we basically, it's pretty much a self-help channel. I'm not a professional in any way. I'm not a therapist. We do have a resident therapist. We do have a resident licensed therapist in the chat that helps out from time to time. But I'm not one. I'm not a life coach. I'm not any of those titles. I'm just a 55-year-old man. I'm not 55 yet. I'm 54. God willing, inshallah, I'll be 55 August 12th of next month. But yeah, I'm just a man who has lived a little bit of life and cared about the people that I've met along the way, and have been cared about by other people that I've known along the way. And I'm just trying to make things better for myself and anybody else within the sound of my voice and in the range of my sight. That's what this channel is about. So today we are talking about those things that would make you spend all of your money. All of your money. All of. Okay. No, it says you just described what I was thinking about. Quality of life. Shit. Life ain't worth living if you ain't no quality of life. Fuck out of here. Richie says, Norris, if it's up to if it lifts your spirit, even a walk in the park and meditation will do. Meditation is powerful. Yoga, meditation. I mean, your mind, man. If you can get your mind right, everything in this world, your mind is your universe. That's your third eye. Kareem Akbar Muhammad, what's good? How you feeling, my dude? J Dog. What up, J Dog? Let me see. Marissa says, you the very best, son 752. Well, I'll take that. But we gonna try to do better. Joe Webster. Joseph Webster, what's good? He says, where are you from? You're always so cool. Shout out to your city. Man, my city ain't make me. This hating ass trash-filled city. Let me tell you something about my city. My city is on strike right now. Local 33, which is the city city union that controls the water department and the sanitation department, is on strike. Let me show y'all a video of what's going on in my city. No trash is being picked up. So what are they doing with all of the trash? We have been instructed by our mayor to dump our trash at 60 dumpster sites around the city. Let me show you how that's going down. I took this video Thursday night. Oh, fucking look at this shit, man. Hold on. Let me go back. Hold on. Yo, fucking look at this shit, man. This thing crazy. Yo, what's this? B in Allegheny? That shit go all the way back. Hold on. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. This shit is beyond fucking disgusting. Look at that shit. So you got all of that. The dumpster itself is mad full. That's what we work. Oh, if you look, it's a dumpster all the way back here. We'll zoom in and shit. See, the dumpster all the way back there. City strike. That's how it's going down in the city. That's what we working with. It's disgusting. Yeah. So yeah, I'm from Philly, but this is some bullshit. Do you understand? It is bad. And that's just one. First of all, that dumpster site is in one of the worst sections of the city. And that just made it even worse. It's already nasty over on that side of the city. And that makes it even more unbearable, more disgusting. That's what's going. So no, Philly will always be my home. And I always love this city. But what's going on right now, man? This city is fucked up. So right now, we besides the Philadelphia Eagles, I ain't fucking with Philly right now. If I'm a decent person, it ain't because I grew up here. This shit is disgusting. Tripping. And I used to get mad at anybody. Who said anything about Philly. Like now I'm like, just don't say nothing about my Eagles. I ain't having that shit. And don't say nothing about my friends, because I ain't having that shit. And don't say nothing about my family, because I ain't having that shit. And don't say nothing about my neighborhood, because I ain't having none of that shit. Everything else is fair game. I can't defend the Sixers. I can't even defend the Phillies. Not right now. Not right now. Daniel W. What's going on? How y'all feeling? Kareem says 54. Damn, I'm older than you, son. Hey, man. Yo, feel blessed. Feel blessed. You older than me. I'm older than some. Yo, all we got to do is keep living, and we'll be older than a lot of people. Hopefully, me and you will stay in step with each other to the point where we can't, where one of us doesn't leave the other one behind. Wink, wink. You understand what I'm saying? All right. TK Wright says, is the dump open so you can drop your trash there? No. All of the trash is supposed to go in the dumpster, but there's so many people with so much trash, and they're not picking up the trash because they've hired private sanitation companies to get the dumpsters, and nobody was ready for this strike, and it's still going on. The strike started this past Tuesday. It's stinking the city right now, and we just had that Fourth of July celebration, the concert. LL Cool J and Jasmine Sullivan said, "No, I'm not performing." They said, "People fighting for a living wage. I'm not getting on no stage." Essentially crossing picket lines, and unless the workers who are supposed to monitor that, take care of that, unless they get their contract dispute settled, and it didn't get settled. I don't even know how that shit went. All right, let me see. Caller says having a peace of mind is golden, so it won't drive me crazy. That's what's up. Joe says, damn, I had no idea. I'm from Indianapolis. I was happy when I went back. Ha ha, Vegas is now my home. That's how effed up Indy was. I know a little something about Indianapolis. I got peoples from there. Yeah, I get it. I get it. All right. Carla says that's crazy. I used to live in Philly, and most of my family there. It's too hot for all that trash, especially being the 4th of July weekend. Yeah, Carla. So that part that where I was filming at, that's in Kensington. You know, Kensington don't need no more dirt. They don't need no more rats. They don't need no more roaches. They don't need no more drug addicts. They don't need no more drugs. They don't need no more cops. They don't need no more nothing. All they need is improvement, and that ain't helping. So that was at C and Allegheny Street. C and Allegheny. Nasty, son. So Webster says, I went to Atlanta for the first time. Beautiful chocolate women. Felt like I was one of the only men. I felt like I was going to get chose by a woman, and I loved it. That's what's up. That's what's up. Jet. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see what Jet is saying. Jet Sangani says, big fan. Try a piece of date with a teaspoon of coconut oil, teaspoon of peanut butter, 1 almond, and a piece of dark chocolate. Tastes like a healthy Snickers bar. That sounds good. That sounds good. And that's living proof that eating healthy does not have to be grueling. It don't have to taste nasty. It doesn't have to be a chore. It doesn't have to make you feel like you're on a diet. You just have to know how to swing it. Joseph Walker says, I did a week, 25-state road trip. Milwaukee is a big ghetto. Alabama looked really well kept. Yeah, Milwaukee. I got my mom's family is from Milwaukee. So yeah, I get it. Milwaukee is literally my second home. I know those streets. I know my way around in Milwaukee. I don't need a GPS in Milwaukee. Been going there since I was a baby. Emily, she says, people will actually spend all of their money on partying, alcohol, and drugs is crazy. But I'm not judging. Shit. You know people will spend all of their money on partying, alcohol, and drugs? Drugs alone. And if you're on drugs, you can expect to spend all of your money all the time. What you can't expect if you're on drugs is to keep a stash of money or a good income, because it's very hard to do that when you're on drugs, especially when you have an addiction. Especially when you have an addiction. So no surprise there. Free as feet says on your knees. No, we don't get on our knees around here. We stay on our feet, not on our knees. No. I said no. No. We good. Madam Feet, or I don't know if you're a man or a woman. I don't know. Interesting channel you have there. If y'all want to see some interesting foot videos, go to Free as Feet. Somebody got a fetish. All right. Those things that'll take all your money. Was the last time something took all your money? I mean, you can mistakenly spend all of the money that you have on you, but that's not really what I'm talking about. Like, if you take your recreation is so expensive these days that if you take your kids, you know, one of the most expensive recreational outings that you can have in this city is going to the local zoo. The Philadelphia Zoo used to be a piece of cake. Now it costs a lot to get in, especially if you don't have a season pass. It costs a lot of money. It's like $60 per person to get in to the zoo. And then when you get in the zoo, you're paying for everything. So they have the monorail in the zoo. Like a little train a little L train that tours the whole zoo. Well, at least it used to. That's not free anymore. That used to be free. Back in the days, all you had to do was pay to get into the zoo. Now they kill you with everything in the zoo. Food and drink is crazy high. Pack a lunch like you used to do on the school trips back in the day. Better pack a lunch because it's expensive to take your kids out. I'm taking my daughter to not Sky Zone. What's the shit? iFly, where you simulate the like the skydiving thing. It's an indoor skydiving thing. You know, so they got this big fan on under the floor, and you go into this big capsule, and it blows, and you know the instructor, he's doing it, he's flipping and floating and all of this shit. But when you get in there, he gotta show you how to do it. You don't get to go in there by yourself. But that shit is like $70 per person. Expensive, and it's only for 2 minutes. Don't get it fucked up. 2 minutes. So on recreational things like that, going to amusement parks, same thing with amusement parks. Amusement parks, Six Flags and all of that, that used to be a good outing for you and your children. But if you got like 4 or 5 kids, you take them to Six Flags, the food in there is expensive as hell. The games are expensive as hell. Not all of the rides are 100% free. They got some pay rides. I'm telling you, man, shit has changed. So I can see you spending all of the money that you had. Let's say you were going to Six Flags Great Adventure. That's our closest Six Flags and Philly. Philly and New York, we go to Six Flags Great Adventure, which is in Jackson, New Jersey. And we didn't grow up calling it Six Flags. It was just called Great Adventure. It actually had 2 names. We called it Great Adventure and we call it Great Adventures. So, you know, depending on who you were and where you was from, You either went to Great Adventures or you went to Great Adventure. But it's spelled Great Adventure. Anyway, let's say you had $500-600, so y'all went to Great Adventures or Great Adventure, and you pay for all your kids. They eating, drinking, kids running around, they need more money. Mom, dad, we need money. You might be down 500. Now you gotta go to credit cards. Now you're swiping. You could fuck around and hit zero. But we sure had a nice time. We went to the safari. We got on the Superman ride. Look, I'm dating myself like a mother. Yeah, the Nitro. I think, what rides do they have at Great Adventures? Let me see. What rides are the main attraction at Six Flags Great Adventure now? Let's see. Six Flags Great Adventure boasts a variety of popular rides. Some of the main attractions include the Wild Safari Drive-Through Adventure, where guests can see over 1,200 animals from 6 continents. For thrill seekers, King Dakar. King Dakar is a major draw, holding the record for the tallest roller coaster in the world. Really? In the world? More than the one in Ohio? No way. Other popular coasters, including El Toro, a wooden roller coaster, and Nitro, an amazing hyper coaster. According to Six Flags, the park also features Jersey Devil Coaster and the Green Lantern, a stand-up coaster, says Six Flags. Well. Well, there you have it. Robert Hamilton says, damn, that looks like a neck beard. What's a neck beard? Oh, you don't think my beard is real? Shit, I just shaped. I don't know what you talking about. I just lined my shit up this morning. Look, I'm all clean under here. I'm clean, baby. Look, my shit lined up. I'm lined up. Ain't no fake shit going on over here. Ain't no gray dye, no Biden shit, no crazy. We don't play them games. We're not playing them games, son. Know what I mean? We groom perfect. We groom the right way over here. That is one thing I'll credit Philly for. We didn't used to be the bum ass niggas that we are now. These young boys out here is bums. We didn't grow up like that. We was fly. You know what I mean? Haircut was essential. You know what I'm saying? Your gear had to be laying. You know, we ironed our shit. Took expensive jeans to the dry cleaners. We ain't play. All right. Carla says flying through the air. Yeah. Cedar Point in Sandusky. Yeah. I thought for years Cedar Point had the biggest jaw. Oh shit. My man Troy Diesel done came through. You done woke up the bear. Now you done woke up the bear. You done poked the bear. Hey bear. He poked back. Carla says, I will have a straight heart attack on a stand-up coaster. I'm done. Fuck it. We should all do it. Any of y'all who live close, let's go. Let's all go to Great Adventure. Let's all go to Great Adventure this summer. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go to 2 parks. We're going to go to Great Adventure and we're going to go to Great Adventures. Let me know if y'all down. Shit, I am. The last time I went to Great Adventure, I think was 2021. Me and my baby girl went. And I remember because we were still having to wear masks. Maybe it's 2022. It might have been 2022. I think it was. I think it was 2022 because, wait. No, it might have been 2021. Look, I'm all fucked up. It might have been 2021. It might was 2021. It might was 2021. All right, let's see how we looking on this. Let's see how we looking on the poll right now. So we up to 34 votes. What things have you ever spent all of your money on? 32% said partying, drugs, alcohol. Partying, drugs, alcohol. I said partying, drugs, alcohol. Yeah, I spent some of my money. I spent all. I ain't have a dime left, but it still felt good because I was doing shit that I know I should not do. But yo, you only live one life, so I'm out of here and I'ma still always be down with my peeps. And I pray that my soul will not reap the cost, only the benefits. I'm trying to go on and do this shit. I had a lot of fun last night, and right now I'm hungover. Yo, I ain't feeling right. But it's still good, and it's all love, party, drugs, and alcohol. Yeah, that's the real love. Everything is going to be all right. I'm going to do that shit next Saturday night. Yeah, I got to get a better job, work some more hours. But when I get my shit, I'm going to use my power to always get them a joint. Yo, you really think you on this shit? You ain't really on. And I'm torn between right and wrong songs. I'm going to make sure I do this shit all day long. I'm strong in my faith. Make sure I do my shit. Yo, you can't erase the things that I've done. And I'm going to make sure that when I'm done, I do another one. You got another brew? Yeah, yo, give me two. Matter of fact, a 6-pack. I'm going to be a hack. Right and exact. Yeah, it's a little smoke of weed. Yeah, I'm not that Reggie ass shit. I'm going to make my eyes bleed and my chest heave. Yo, I do so shit till then you wouldn't believe. But I ain't on no fentanyl because I ain't trying to be dying, yo, for none of y'all. So for those of y'all who will lean over like this, yo, you can't miss your kid's graduation plus the next grade. You got to be out there, come back in the house, behave. Everything's going to turn out fine. Yo, pass that nasty ass wine. Taylor Port can't make it short. Yo, out there with them other niggas got caught. It's a real sport. And I've taught a whole lot of lessons. Still got a lot of blessings. When will I close my eyes for the last time? Don't worry about that shit. The sun always shines. And it's a Sunday. Yeah, I think one day, yeah, I might have to slow down, but not right now. Yeah, how now, brown cow? You know what I'm talking about? Niggas is really down like a submarine, struggling to keep my sneaks clean. Just got a pair of Air Force Ones and I'm done. Spent too much money on the damn clothes. And I was make sure that I had damn hoes and they was coming through. Yeah, you had to have a couple of cash, spent a couple of dollars, had to make a couple of hollers. I was getting a little bit of the ooh you, and that shit cost too much. You know how we do. All right. Troy!
Bars and beatboxing. Bars and fucking beatboxing. He's the fucking bar lifer. Freestyling, styling free.
My man!
The motherfucking legendary, boy. You almost want a motherfucker with R.C. LaRock. The tick-tick-tock, you rock all day.
Oh, my God.
Damn, boy. I've been listening to you for a minute. I had to do the pop thing. My daughters got me, man. They got me last night with the grandkids.
What?
My granddaughter, yeah, they got me, man.
What?
I had to get them, man. I was trying to develop, get that tight ass line with them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I tell you one thing, they got their ancestors in them because damn, when they went to the bathroom,
Lord,
I felt like they was marching through the civil rights and they held that in.
I hear you, my dude. I hear you.
Listen, You was talking about the zoo, bro.
Yeah, man.
You go to the zoo and you buy everything. You better take your damn income tax check to the zoo.
That shit crazy, ain't it? It's crazy. The last time I went to the zoo was in 2009. I was like, what the fuck happened to the zoo?
There is no way in God's green earth that in order for me to go to the zoo and take my kids, they got to have a X-rated part of the zoo where you see these motherfucking animals screwing.
Well, yeah, go over to the primates. You'll get your money's worth.
I'm serious. It's amazing. I went to the zoo one time, man. I made sure I packed my twins' lunch. Out of your damn mind.
No doubt.
You ain't getting none of my damn money.
The zoo.
And when you go to Good Adventure, it's not a good adventure. And I'm not amused at that part. A lot of fucking money you spent it.
It's expensive. It's expensive.
You don't take the kids. If you go to the amusement park, you better go to amuse you and your wife or your girl and you. Because at the end of the day, listen, your pockets, you want to think you in Disney the way you spend the money at Great Adventure.
Real shit. Real shit. It's not that shit ain't for the faint of heart. And everything in that park costs money. You get in for a certain fee, and you think like, all right, as long as I'm in the park, we just gonna ride. No, it don't work out that way. Kids be hungry. You want to play them games. You're trying to win them stuffed toys and all that shit. Yeah, all right, easy way to go broke. Yeah, somehow you just couldn't get that dime to land on that plate. And it costs you way more than $1 way more than a dime to toss it.
That is the truth, bro. That's the truth, man. I'll let you know if I spend my money. I'll spend if I'm with a good woman, she'll get that motherfucking Jodeci, that after 7 and that motherfucking baby face. Can I run it down to you? Can I just run all that down to you what I just said, son?
I think I know what's coming. Let's hear it.
Okay, so if I'm with a good woman and you said something about giving all your money, they're gonna get that Jodeci, take my money, my house and my car. And then they're gonna get that after 7. I give you the sun, the rain, the moon, the stars, and the mountains. I'll give you the world. Hold up. And all that you wish for. Give you everything God gave you. And then I'm going to give you the baby face. I'll give good love. I'll buy your clothes. I'll cook your dinner too. Soon as you come home from work. Get everything.
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 Okay.
Not everything.
Everything. Okay. Everything. How about everything?
Everything. All right. Everything. With the beatbox, and I'm gonna call you for some freestyle bars.
That's what's up. I'll be ready. But yeah. So when it comes to this spending all of your money, have you ever done it? Have you ever had to spend all of your money? And I mean all of it. I'm not talking about, you know what I mean? I'm down to my last 50. I'm talking about like you was dead pop. Like if nobody else contribute, it's a wrap over here.
Yeah, I've done that before, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you, bro.
Okay.
I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. Me lying to you is like me lying to my mama. You know what I mean? I did it before. You know, I did it in my younger years when I got caught up in the GO, the Gentleman's Club.
Mm-hmm.
They knew me by my PIN number and my social security number.
Yo, you spent all of your money in the strip. Oh shit!
I went to these are my younger years when I just found out about them.
Oh, okay.
When I just found out, I used to work at Southwork Metals. Howard and South Philly Southwork Metals used to be on Washington Avenue. I used to work there. Boy took me about it. He said, yo, meet me down Hearts and Flowers, 13th and Arch. I said, Hearts, that name Doc Jonathan? You a freak, homie. Man, just meet me the fuck down there. I went down there. I went in that motherfucker. So first song I ever heard when I went in there. Ooh, see guys and girls dancing. Ooh.
Okay.
You what you like? Ooh. Made my damn day. I went up in there. I was like, "How about you? If I can touch you. Come over here, dance. Come on, Diamond. What's your name? Honey Love. Okay, Honey Love. That's the younger years.
Okay.
Well, my pocket. Look, and then years down the line, next year after that, next time I walked in the bar was your brother. You're jiggling, baby. Go ahead, baby.
All right. So the strip clubs. Well, what did we actually call them? Because we didn't call them strip clubs. We used to just call them the. I guess I always just call them the stripper joints. Yeah. Anyway, so that has taken all your money. Now, what does all of your money look like in those days? A couple of hundred?
Couple hundred.
Couple of hundred.
Yeah. Now it wasn't.
Okay.
Now hold up. Years down the line, you know, when that addiction kicked into him, tax time came at one time. No, bro. No, and after that was it. I said, then my spidey senses kicked in. Am I paying these damn motherfuckers for blue balls?
Yeah.
my Shabba Rank song, the beginning of the Shabba, when he goes, "Ding-a-ling-a-ling." Yeah, that was in my head. That shit like, "Ding-a-ling-a-ling." Am I up here paying these just to grind? No, we got to stop this. I didn't waste too. I'm pretty sure I done paid somebody mortgage off or a car note. I'm pretty sure. That's in my head then.
Okay. All right. Now,
now, you know, my addiction to things now is, you know, the formerly known. When I went through problems with the formerly known, I start my first time this addiction came about. I went through something with the formerly known, and I said, you know, I gotta get out. So I went down Center City, and I said, you know, I seen a Nike sign. I said, let me go in the gallery, or they want to call it, give it something fancier here in Philly, the Fashion District, but it's the gallery to the 54, 55-year-olds. So I goes in there, and they have a Nike store. It's not just any Nike store; it's a Nike outlet. You know, and when I went into that bastard, they didn't tell me they gave us 20, 30, or 40% off sneaks that was already discounted, man. Why the fuck they do that to my pocket, man? I thought they were 4 pair of sneaks under $150 that was worth $150, man. You know, every time I turn around, they just keep calling me, man. Keep calling me. It remind me of my Uncle Pookie from off of New York City, man. Just keep calling me, man. I'm sitting in this fucking living room trying to sell 45 to 50 pairs of sneaks right now.
That's crazy as shit. But it happens. It happens. But, you know, the crazy part about it, because earlier in the show we was talking about retail therapy, and a lot of people, you know, when they going through something in their lives, they, you know, going out and getting something new can actually make you feel good till that motherfucking bill come.
Man, do you realize when I walked out that Nike outlet, man, every time I rushed out there like that Nike outlet, I just knew when I see those sneaks and I was going to be walking bow-legged with a picture too. I was going to be sexy as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And all the sneaks I get was, I want motherfuckers to look at my feet and be like, yo, where you get them from? I felt like a little kid. Because we got to realize something. The sneaks that we bought back in the day, they was just retail prices. So even though they might have been 150, Mom Dukes ain't giving you buy your pair of sneaks for no fucking 150. And when she do buy you a pair of sneaks, she say, I ain't buying you another pair until I can see the bottom of your soul.
My mom would not would not give me no bunch of money for no sneakers. Now she was sensitive. She was understanding on everything else, not no sneakers. She was even understanding on shoes, but not no sneakers. The last, all right. My mom bought me a motherfucking authentic Coogee sweater in 1999.
Well, that was Arm the Lee. That paid possibly the pinky toe now.
That was the Australian made Coogee. That you know what I mean? That's what Coogee was Coogee.
Yeah.
The real Coogee.
That's before they stopped putting it in Foreman Mills.
Yeah. That was before that's before the FUBU bought them and all that. Yeah. But yeah, I was like, but yeah, but when it came to sneakers, she wasn't buying that. But I always was in the sneaks, so I was gonna get them anyway. But I was telling everybody, like, I can't remember a time that I've spent all of my money. Because I just don't have it in me. Like, with me, the closer I get to zero, the less I spend. Like, here's an example. Let me ask everybody in the chat this, because some people live check to check, and they don't save no money or whatever. So they when they get they paycheck, that shit is important because that's the only money they have. But for those of y'all who do that, and the ones who don't do it, I'm talking about living check to check without saving none. Even if you don't do it, but you have a stash of money that you don't want to touch. If it was your off-pay week, like I'm talking to the people who get paid every other week, not the people who get paid every week. Because if you can't make it every week, you know what I'm saying? Like people who get paid every week, they got it going on. They taxes are way less. You know what I mean? So they get paid more than everybody else. But for those of y'all who get paid maybe twice a month, or sometimes just once a month, or every 2 weeks, if it's your off-pay week, and let's say you had to pay bills, you had to do something with your money to the point where you only if you get paid on Thursday or Friday, let's say it's your off-pay Thursday or Friday, and you only have $50 left. How much money will you have when you get paid on that next Thursday or Friday? And this is an important question because a lot of people have been there. So if I have $50 on my off-pay week, and I gotta make it to the next Thursday or Friday before I get paid, I'm gonna probably have no less than $40 left.
I was giving. Well, no, you gotta say no less than 30 because you're driving, and if you driving, you gotta.
I said 40. I might have 45. When I shut down the spending, I shut it the fuck down. You know what I mean? I might lose my arm or hand holding on to that. I'm not, because I'm like, nah, man. I already spent what's gonna be spent.
Can you buy me a Pepsi? Fucking no, everybody. You fucking Pepsi.
Yo, and that's the difference between when my dad was alive. He was different. He was sort of like what you was about to say, like, oh, well, you gotta have gas, so you don't have a choice. Yes, the fuck I do have a choice. Ain't no car getting driven. That I hope the tank was already filled up and filled up, and that's how I got to the last 50.
So how you gonna get to work?
Like I said, I hope the tank was already filled up, because this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to have to happen. If I got $50 left in my name and this is my off-pay week, either I'm going to have to take public transportation to work. Somebody's going to come and get me, luckily, I've had people in my life that would not let me get to zero or beyond.
There you
So
go.
I've had people who would help out. Like, nah, I got you. You know what I mean? And that's whether I needed to borrow or I needed to have. So I've been lucky in that regard. But that's not a privilege that I would ever abuse. But at least I had that resource in my back pocket. But yeah, I'm going to have most of that $50. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be so happy when I get to that Thursday or Friday that payday lunch gonna be about something. You know, that pay because you know motherfuckers be spending. They be having the most lavish lunches on payday, boy. Motherfuckers be fucking up.
Yo, son, when you get paid on motherfucking day, when you get on payday, that shit is like Michael Jackson when he threw the coin in the Smooth Criminal when he went through the fucking jukebox, and the motherfucker said, "Ow!"
Hey, you know what I think is interesting is that the same motherfuckers that overspend on the payday lunch, they also the ones that'll take off that pay Friday. They got their
money up
for the next time. Here they are, constantly in the hole. Constantly in the hole. Damn. Carla said in the comments, she said, if it's her off pay week and she only got $50, she gonna have $50 or less. Yo, when it's time to stop, you gotta fucking stop. Look, maybe my faith ain't strong enough. Maybe I don't be feeling like the Lord is gonna bail me out of this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, man, I love those pistachio muffins that they have at the Redden Terminal. Fuck them pistachio muffins. You know what I mean? At the Redden Terminal. You know what I mean?
I can drink spring water. Fuck spring water.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pour some hot water. I'm gonna put some hot water on stove,
boil it and freeze it. Boil it and freeze. Spring water, distilled water. What's the difference?
Purified water.
That shit, yo. You got to do what you got to do out here, man. That shit crazy. But yeah, you know, when you think about the things that even if you didn't spend all your money on something, you probably have seen people, and you see people what they will spend all of that. But you be like, whoa. Because normally they come into you to see if they can borrow something from you, and you like, you spent all of your money where? Doing what? I knew this chick, and she was a CO at the prison. You know, she was a prison guard, a sergeant. So, you know, she was getting money. She was like, hey, this is 1995, 1996. So she was making $60,000. You know how much $60,000 was in 1995? You know what I mean? That was enough money to live in Alden Park in Germantown. Now, if anybody knows about Alden Park, that's some premium apartment living right there. So yeah, 60 stacks in 1995. She had a gambling habit.
You was comfortable.
She had a gambling habit.
Oh shit!
I never knew how to. I knew how to play blackjack, craps, and all of that. I never used to go to AC. I was going with this girl. She wasn't even old enough to get in the joint. Little did I know. I was 24. She was 18, fresh out of high school. Already had a gambling problem. Already, she started taking me to AC. Her cousin would lose her whole motherfucking check. And she lived across the street from Alden Park in the School Lane house. For those of y'all who live in Philly, that's on Schoolhouse Lane and Wissahickon Avenue. Nice apartment building. Nice joint. But yeah, she did it multiple times. Her whole check, the entire thing. She had a set of twins and a son. 3 kids, live in School Lane house, And this bitch, even though that was my people, but this bitch used to motherfucking. She was. She was.
This bitch.
She was cool. She was cool as shit. She was cool as shit, but she was reckless. This motherfucker had a Honda Accord, and she would be doing 100. I swear to God, as God is my witness, she would be doing 120, 130 on the motherfucking expressway, and get mad at you for being like, yo, I don't want to ride in your car no more. Like, I'm not dying. I'm not dying in a fucking car accident with you. I know how to drive. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, she was that reckless. So she was reckless in her driving, reckless with her health,
with her money,
and reckless with her motherfucking gambling. To the point.
That's all. That's not all. Because I mean, you know, she gotta be reckless in the bedroom, rolling the dice with protective and all that other shit. So I mean,
I don't even know. I don't think she. We're gonna call her.
She got a set of twins and one daughter.
No. She had a set of twins. She had 3 boys.
Set of twins and another son. Are they all by the same man or something? Different men.
She had two baby fathers. She wasn't no hoe though.
Yeah, she was reckless.
No. She wasn't no hoe. I know. And I look.
But she still was reckless.
2 baby. Come on now, Troy.
2 baby fathers.
Did that make you reckless? I know chicks that got no baby fathers, and they got more fucking what they call them soul ties. She got more soul ties than hell up in her. 2 baby fathers ain't no motherfucking reckless. Shit, who is listening to my voice who ain't had unprotected sex twice? Some of y'all did it voluntarily and involuntarily. Fuck is come on, we not gonna do that. We not doing that.
Man, hold on, my fault for disrespecting your family.
I'm just but she was, the bitch was crazy. You know what I mean? Anybody who have you in the back seat of her car and she doing 130, trying to get to 140. She thought that Honda Accord was a motherfucking Ferrari. You know the expressway ain't but so long for you to be trying to do 130. What stretch? You know what I mean? So we starting from the Platte Bridge, let's say the Platte Bridge, all the way to once we get past the Girard or the Montgomery exit and shit. This bitch is vroom, vroom. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what kind of shit? But anyway, I remember seeing her lose her.
Get to Atlantic City, didn't it?
I remember seeing her lose her whole check, get paid again, and take a whole check. Talking about, I gotta go get my money. I gotta go get my check back that I just lost. And was dead serious. So I've seen people.
I know that feeling, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I used to get paid. When I used to get paid, or every day, I used to play the lottery every other day, right? And what I used to do, I used to pay maybe $25 or $26 in lottery tickets, right? And then I used to get maybe another $10 in scratch offs. So if I didn't win the lottery, I have another opportunity to win it in scratch offs.
Mm.
And when I tell you that I used to every scratch off and every lottery ticket I used to throw underneath the bed. When I went and moved, when we would get ready to move, it was so many scratch offs and motherfucking lottery tickets underneath the bed. That had to be maybe $5,000 worth of scratch off tickets and $5,000 scratch offs and lottery tickets. So that was my cutoff point. It's like this. I don't have that addictive spirit no more that I might have had back in the day. Like, that Geo shit, Gentleman Club shit. That was easy to get past. Scratch off and lottery, easy to get past. I never smoked cigarettes, never done marijuana. 55 years old, proud to say. And I try to tell people, you want to save money and you smoke cigarettes? Stop smoking cigarettes. You want to save money and stop, and you really want to have a couple extra dollars? Stop smoking cigarettes and stop smoking weed. You sitting up here and you complaining about money, and then stop gambling.
Mm.
definitely the gambling. If you betting your whole check on gambling, you really don't give a fuck about your responsibilities.
Well, when it comes to your addictions, you really don't give a fuck about your
You
responsibilities.
don't.
You
You
caught up
don't.
in the hype. But you know what? You talk about those scratch offs. Those scratch offs are the devil, dog. Those scratch
Yeah.
offs are gambling. I don't
Yeah.
consider playing the lottery a gamble. I mean, it's gambling, but it's not like them scratch offs because them scratch offs, like at least with the lottery, you gotta wait until 7 o'clock or whatever however many times they do it a day. You know what I mean? With them scratch offs, you be like, I'm almost there. You figure they only got but so many. Your mind start getting dumber and dumber with the scratch offs because you be like,
And
all
then you
right,
start, and
you,
then you hear all the people trying to train you on how to get the big win. Wait, you look at the numbers. If it's zero between 0 and 5, if you get the 5, then buy them 5 tickets. But if you don't buy them 5 tickets between the 0, and if the new pack is out, get the 0, the first, the second, the third, fourth, but don't get the fifth. You like
the scratch offs, because the scratch offs, you can get immediate gratification or immediate disappointment. It's worse. It's worse than having to wait for the balls to drop out, to pop up in the lottery. But them scratch offs, because you'll be right there in the store. Like, yo, give me another one. Oh shit, I almost had it. The next one. How is it that you conjure up in your mind or you rationalize in your mind the next one is going to hit? Motherfucker, this ain't like, I guess, well, people do the same thing when it comes to the slots. Oh, you figure, I'm almost there. It's so many turns, so many tries, then it's gonna finally hit. And it don't help that you in a casino with all that ding, 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 just so you hear winning.
And you jealous as shit of them motherfuckers.
You hear winning, but you don't really see nobody. You don't hear. They have those noises because it gives you the impression that winning is happening and it's about to be you. That shit is all game. It's all setup. It's all mental, conditioning. You ain't winning shit until you win something. That's it. And if you're a real gambler, you ain't leaving with no money because you're going to keep trying to win your money back or keep trying to win more. And that's when the house wins again and again and again.
I never forgot. I went there with formerly known, and she won 10,000 in the midst of an argument on the anniversary weekend.
Wait. Well, she won 10,000 doing what?
Slot machine.
See, I won't.
Went down there by herself after an argument.
I like to gamble, but I won't do it because I don't like to lose money. So I'm so cheap when it comes to certain shit. I'll go to the casino and be like, all right, I'm willing. Like if I spend 300, I'll just consider that to be an outing. You know what I mean? Go get something to eat afterwards. I'm saying 300, and that's small change because you know what I mean. You be sitting at the blackjack table or the crap table, and you see people change out 5,000, and you talking about something you willing to lose 300, little small time bitch ass nigga. You know what I mean? You ain't. but so I'm like, I'm willing to lose 300, and I ain't gonna cry about it. But let me lose the 300. Cause I'm really only there to win. I'm really only there. I'm only there to win 600 more. You know what I mean? I'm not there to lose no 300.
300, and you like that 300 ain't shit. And then when you lose that 300, you like.
You know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking when I lose a 300? I could have bought a new pair of sneaks. I could have went to dinner. I could have fed the homeless. I could have sent that to my daughter in college. I could have gave her that. I'm thinking about everything I could have done. I could have paid the cable bill for next month. Get them out of the way. I could have paid my phone bill. I'm not there to lose no money. I don't have no loser mentality. Win. I don't think about losing. Like, who does that? But yeah, but true gamblers, They like, I mean, they don't care about losing because they on their way to winning again. Because they think they smarter than everybody else and better than everybody else. They get caught out there. Do you watch that series, The Shy?
Oh yeah, that's my show.
Did you watch the one last night?
I seen that motherfucker, boy. That boy Reg is deep.
Yo, man, I just couldn't. I watched that. That episode made me mad. It made me the fuck mad. The young boy, I'm like, damn, dude. And what's going on with this show? This show looked totally different. Like, who are these motherfuckers? What's the purpose? Where are we going? So I'm not gonna tell y'all what happened. For the people, for those of y'all who might watch this series, I'm not, and maybe y'all haven't seen the latest episodes or whatever, or haven't been following. I'm not gonna mess it up for y'all, but just know, yeah, this shit is too much. Bro.
The only thing I really don't understand, right, is that, I mean, I understand in Chicago, but why is it that I just only see one cop?
Yo, they set this show up.
These motherfucking crimes just happened and nobody investigated.
No, I saw what I get out of this show is I'm like, I've been to Chicago. It's a big ass city. They got this shit feeling like it's a 6-block big city. Everybody know each other. They fucking all the same bitches. Like, what's going on here?
Right.
Everybody fucking know each other.
Tiff is nice. Tiff is nice, bro.
Tiff is nice. Keisha nice. The chick that's trying to fuck with the pastor, she nice. I mean, they ain't got nothing but good looking black people. So what? I'm like, they all live in you see how fast Emmett got the ranch. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Yo, Chicago is bigger than Philly.
Carla said, don't tell me about nothing about the Washington Knights on Detroit.
Chicago is way bigger than Philly and got over 1 million. Chicago got 3 million people in it. How these motherfuckers know? How they all know? They got a west side, a south side, north side, east. They got Chicago big. They got a beach in Chicago. What? And Chicago cold as shit. It ain't never cold. I mean, I don't know. This shit crazy. But anyway.
Gotta be us. Gotta be us. Between that and BMF, I don't know which one is crazy.
Yeah. Okay, Carla. She said it comes on tonight. Well, just as an FYI, if you didn't know, it always comes on Saturday. The new episode comes on Saturday. So just set your DVR up or whatever, however you watch it. But it really comes on Saturday. You know what I mean? So that's how I saw it last night. So yeah, they be telling you, yeah, new episodes every Sunday. It really be Saturday. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that Carla said it's a circle. Yeah, I mean, but the Shy is big. I mean, they got this shit set up like yeah, it's just like it's just one neighborhood.
It's an eyeball. It's one of them long eyeball circles because the circles were so big and they just,
Yeah, listen. The Shy. I've been to the Shy a few times. That shit big. But all right, fuck it. The show is the show. But yeah, when it comes to this gambling thing, if you've ever known anybody that was a serious gambler, you'd be like, yo, this shit is pathetic. It's pathetic. You know what I mean? That shit is worse than drugs. It can be. Because you will lose at least with drugs, it'll take you a while to get addicted to the point where you'll lose all your social ties and your self-respect and, you know what I mean, and all your possessions. With gambling, put up the house. You trying to put up a house that you renting. How you do that?
Mm-hmm. You seen that episode of Good Times when James Frank came to Steve. He tried to steal the sterling silver salt pepper shaker.
Ain't that some shit?
And James was like, listen, if you steal this, don't ever come back to my house. If you take these, they'll never come back to my house. And he took the motherfuckers.
I swear, boy. As broke as they was on Good Times, how did they have time to be getting robbed and getting stolen from?
That's, the thing that pissed me off about Good Times, Florida. James will find money and she'll be like, God don't want us to keep that money. What? Living in a project, struggling. They found a couple $1,000 and you talk about God wants us to get it back.
Yeah. Florida used to be making me mad as shit on that show. She was blocking everything. She was the most blessing blocking ass John I ever seen in my motherfucking. She had no business being in Chicago. Chicago cats be trying to get money. She was the most blessed.
James was playing the father of Jimmy Walker, and they was almost the same age.
Ain't that some shit? That shit was crazy, wasn't it?
Like maybe 2 years apart.
Yeah.
James had a rough ass life. Looking at James though. James didn't look like that. He didn't look like he was in his 30s. He looked like he was Florida age.
And James was a goddamn pool shark. They should have been paid.
Yeah.
She wouldn't let him go play pool.
No, the funny part is, if you look at all the kids, JJ the only one that could look like Florida and James, because Michael and Thelma didn't look nothing like Michael.
They got different fathers. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, that's the thing. Florida was stepping out on James.
Now, she had them kids before James came along. You know what I mean? She only had a sixth grade education. You look. If you ain't fucking, ain't no reason to ever drop out of school. You would just remember that. If ain't no virgin got no business dropping out of school, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Real shit. I ain't never known nobody who wasn't fucking, who couldn't find time to go to school. I don't give a fuck how hard the coursework was. I don't give a fuck if you retarded. You ain't had no dick and you ain't giving out nothing. You ain't dropping out of no school. No. We not having that shit. Carla asked, for all of those who play spades, is it really a serious gambling issue, especially if it's their last? Let me tell you something about spades. First of all, I'm wondering how spades got to where it is. Because I ain't going to lie. I didn't know nothing about no spades until I was like a teenager, damn near in college. I've seen my old heads play pinochle and damn near kill each other over it, literally. 500, poker, of course. Gin rummy. I never heard of those spades. Now here we are. People act like we've been playing spades all our life. Maybe somewhere in some region of the country they did. You know how like down south and out the Midwest, definitely on the West Coast, they play dominoes a lot. I didn't grow up really playing dominoes. Some people played it, you know what I mean? But it wasn't one of those things. You wasn't going to no domino party. Shit, I've been to pity pat parties. Literally. Not no spades. I ain't learned about spades until I got older. So I'm wondering, where did spades come from? And now people that I grew up with, like, nah, it was spades. No, the fuck it wasn't, motherfucker. It wasn't. So this whole spades being this most important game that, you know what I mean, it's ruining friendships because they got set or they reneged. And I don't know what the fuck motherfuckers talking about.
Listen, bro, I ain't gonna even lie. I played spades one time, and when we lost, when I played with the formerly known.
Yeah.
You see, I keep saying the formerly known, right?
I got you. Keep it moving. You good?
I played with the formerly known, along with a brother and a brother girlfriend. And her and her brother very competitive. And they beat us. And that's the first. She just showed me how to play that night. When I tell you I got cursed out like a motherfucker, I don't want to play speed. I don't want to know nothing about speed. I don't want to do anything about speed.
Yo, when you got cousins cutting cousins off, like what you mean? Because we got beaten spades, we not cousins no more. You can't cut a cousin off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, this spade shit, I don't know where spades came from. I don't know where spades came from, but somebody need to do something about this shit because it's going too far. You know what I mean? Spades are breaking up families. They ruining friendships.
So T. Carey Wright said, I agree. She said, I agree that James is not the father of those kids.
And not one of them had the same daddy.
Especially Thelma. Thelma was banging. They look like none of them.
Thelma's still banging.
Still is.
That motherfucker, she held up way better than a rubber band. God damn.
You say way better than a rubber band.
Way better. She more like a bungee. She more like a bungee cord.
If they drop the atomic bomb, there's gonna be three things left. There's gonna be two things left. The cockroaches and Thelma for good time, still looking good.
Okay, hold on. T. Carey Wright says, I grew up on spades. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't. I'm telling you I didn't. And I love to play cards. So I never heard of spades. The first time I heard of spades, I was in college. I was 20. And I wasn't just in college. I was 20. I was 21, 20 or 21. By the time I never heard no spades. What the fuck is you talking about?
You damn sure right about that. T. Carey out. Thelma got that good. Yes, she do.
No, I don't think she do.
Yes, she do.
No, I don't think she do.
You don't think she got that good?
No, I know she don't.
She got that good time?
No, she ain't. I could tell. I could. I mean, you know, give it a shot. You know what I mean? I don't really like to play roulette, but you know what I mean? I'll throw the ball on. You know what I mean?
Her daughter looks just like her.
It don't matter. There are a lot of chicks. There are a lot of chicks out here. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's certain things. Anyway, so I never heard for spades to be the black phenomenon the way it is. I just don't know where it came from. I really don't. I don't know where it came from, but it's here. It's here. But somebody needs to do something about that shit.
I didn't know it was gambling. I didn't know it was gambling in spades until I seen that shit on the shot.
Oh no. I mean, in the past 30 years, that shit done
evolved.
Maybe more than 30, maybe like 35 years. I learned about spades, and I'm not saying that when I learned about it is when it came out, but I didn't learn about spades until 1991. So that was when I was 20 and 21. So let's say 5 years before then, I didn't even know the word spades. What are you talking about? What's spades? You know what I'm saying? So I definitely didn't grow up on that. People around my way didn't play it. And I put up a poll on social media before for the people in Philly, and they was like, "Yeah, I never really heard of it." And these are cats that play it like it's a religion now. They're like, "Yeah, we didn't grow up on this shit, but once we got it, it was there." So I think, with the exception of T. Carey Wright, because she might be lying, I think they put spades in the hood the same way they did guns. They did guns with the Black Panthers in Oakland, and the same way they did with crack in the 80s. I think they put spades in the hood, and everybody act like it was already there. You know what I'm saying? And that shit was sent to cause more separation in the black family, and it worked.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? I mean, what other explanation could you have for it? Let me see. TK Wright says Mrs. Evans definitely had the good, and all of her kids had different daddies. Yeah, Florida looked like Yeah.
Florida look like Florida.
You know, if she had like a more of a hairstyle, I would say she ain't got that good. But I ain't never seen a woman wear her hair natural as that and didn't have that. You know what I mean?
If she had a lineup, that shit would have been banging.
If she had a what?
A lineup.
No, it was 1974. She did it exactly the way it was supposed to be done. So, let's see. Emily says spades, tonk, deuces. I play for fun and money, but not to the extent that I go broke. I'll never gamble all my money away. All right, so Emily, did you grow up with spades and tonk? Because spades and tonk are very similar, very, very similar. Now, there's a good chance that tonk has been out since forever. But I don't know. I don't know about spades. But I mean, look, I'm not the end all be all. I can't say what other people grew up with. Huh?
Pity pack and war. That's it.
I'm telling you, I've been to straight pity pat parties where real money was being won and lost. That fucking because the pity pat is faster. You know, spades take a while. And at least with pity pat, you know, it's an individual game. Pity pat is damn near like craps.
It's the scratch off a card game.
All you gotta do is match. But it is a strategy to it though, and it takes a little bit of luck too. And people be cheating on pity pat too. But anyway, all right, man, we about to get on a out of here. But let's see what's before we go. Let's see what's up with this.
Man, he kind of shook up today. I was getting ready to call you because you didn't put the title of the show up early enough.
Listen. I couldn't get it together today. I couldn't get it together. You know what I'm saying? And by the time I got it together, I was in the hole already. When I woke up, I knew. I was like, watch, I'm about to fuck this up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look. Yeah, listen. When I wake up late, my whole routine is thrown off. I'll be like, what should I? Instead of just jumping right in, I'll be like, wait, I just fuck it. But anyway, let's do these. Let's do the poll question of the day. What things have you ever spent all of your money on? 36% said party and alcohol and drugs. That really came up earlier in this poll. The lion's share was house, rent, credit cards, and medicine, which is 40% now. So even though they're winning, they're not winning by the same percentage. Women, men, and love, only 14%. So only 14% of y'all have ever given all your money to your sweetie because they wanted it or they needed it or both. Interesting. Jewelry, cars, and clothes, only 10%. Earlier, that was a high percentage. Jewelry, cars, and clothes. So nobody spent all of their money trying to get their shine on, huh? Wow. Well, I wouldn't say nobody, but okay. All right. Emily said, pity pat don't know how to play. Oh, you don't know how to. Wow.
Play spades, poker, and deuces. What? Don't know how to play the easiest game.
But you got to understand, she's from Georgia. So, you know, so down south, I'm telling they had different shit down south than they had up here. So that makes sense to me.
Son, I ain't trying to cut you off. Earlier, a boy came on there and said that he was in Atlanta and he was met all these black girls. He don't understand. The guys in Georgia don't understand. He's seen all these women and he felt like he was the only man. Well, you might not be the only man if you realize that some of the women might have been men.
Wow. That's crazy.
He must not know Florida is the transgender capital of America right now.
Florida always been a weird place, boy.
Listen, bro.
But Florida and California, they always have a bunch of people from everywhere else, like a lot of transplants and shit. So, yeah.
What?
What they call Yeah, well, transplants mean, people who weren't born in a certain place. I'm not talking about like a heart or I'm not talking about that.
I know you're talking about. I know you're talking about.
All right.
Like, and the next time you do a show or something similar to this, what about spending all your money on the necessities of the house? And then when you're broke, you go to your significant other and ask her for money because you didn't went through your money. And she said, "Why you ain't got no money?" After you paid the bills, took care of miscellaneous, took care of the partying and going out with her and supplying that type of money, and she was able to keep her whole check. But now you broke.
Well, I'm going to suggest. Sometimes you got to learn how to steal some money for a good cause.
Yeah, and you got to be that cause.
If I have to spend all my money for the good of the household, then whatever money is left in that household, I'm not asking for it. I'm taking that shit. You know what I mean? Responsibilities come first, right? But now we still got to live. So the same way, my expectations are to take care of our living expenses. Since we still alive, you got to give up some too. But hey, look, there's some things you shouldn't have to ask for. There's some things that should be understood. You know what I mean? There's some things that should be understood. Let me see, my man. All right, my brother from another mother, Norris Hill, says, got to dip out. Have a great day and share your smile. Happy birthday to everyone, including me tomorrow. No doubt. You getting your shout out tomorrow. Matter of fact, I'm going to shout you out today since it's unlikely that you'll be there 2 a.m. tomorrow night. But I got you. My brother. All right, my other brother, Trizoy. Let me let you get on the body here, man. We going to route. And let me do his birthday shout out.
You extended it a little bit. Had the grandbabies with everybody. Enjoy your day. Be safe. Enjoy your work week. Let's consider the whole family and everybody else family. Peace out, bro. Love you, bro.
All right, man. Take care, man. One love.
All right.
Peace. All right, let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious. Make sure that we good here. Matter of fact, I'm just going to refresh this shit because I don't know if these birthdays are fresh. Glorious. July 6th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Jewel Gardner. Happy birthday to you. And also Shakana Pender, Yolanda Lewis, Charnay Corley, Donald Conover, Laney Rowe, and last but not least, Dave Guadet. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious July 6th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on, do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And I said, go hard, go for yours. And remember, yeah, sometimes you gotta spend your last, but hopefully you slow down or do it fast. When your money just leaves you like you ain't never had that, what do? It gets kind of crazy, and hopefully you don't make it a habit, you silly rabbit. Yo, you might dip and dab, but sometimes you gotta understand that it's time for rehab. You gotta get yourself together because it's an addiction. And when you lose your money all the time, yo, it's like crime. It's being committed on you. And you gotta do better for you and the people who see you, your crew. What about your small ones? What about everybody out here? Yo, steer clear of the negative. Yo, get your shit together, money type. Yo, I'm hyped. I'm going to make sure that later on I'm going to treat myself a little bit better. And I'm going to make sure that I check up on you so I can know what the hell you do. And so we can put our financial portfolio on the line and hopefully find something that we can do a little better with each other because we have to do that better in time. Yo, I'm on some other type shit, but I'm trying to do these songs and to make a hit. But when I spit, I'm just trying to have a little knowledge, maybe not what I learned in college, but doesn't matter whether or not you went to school. You don't have to be a dumbass motherfucker. The fools are the ones who repeat the same mistakes and think they're doing the right thing. What will it take before you wake up and smell the roses? I'm trying to make sure that I get in the place before the door closes. When they say when the one door closes, another one opens, but you ain't gonna add that if you ain't scoping. Keep your eyes open. Make sure your brain is in the right place. Stop trying to complain and blame everybody else for your shortcomings, you old dumbass motherfucker. There's some in this realm of thought out there that you know that they never got taught a better way. And when you don't know better, you won't do better. You gotta learn better, gotta eat it like a sweater. In the summertime, yeah, it's July 6th, 90 degrees outside. What up with that shit? You can do better for yourself. Yo, improve your physical, your mental health. Read a book sometimes. You'll get off the line unless you go to Google something. You research, you lurch. Lurch like the Addams Family or whatever the fuck that shit was, the Munsters. Let's do something. Yo, I feel all of y'all. Sometimes I don't feel the same way, but I still ball. We still stand tall like we was brothers and sisters, and I ain't gonna do nothing to try to dish you. Because I know we sensitive. Sometimes we're a little harder, but it's like a starter jacket in 1987. Yo, I had the Celtics. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't never had no Celtics jacket. Maybe I had the Sixers. Maybe I had the Georgetown. They won in 85. The shit was kind of live. Shout out to everybody who listened today, and I appreciate y'all coming through today. And I know that we will play the same way that we did before, and I'm keeping score. I see some of y'all coming through. Hold up, wait a minute. I went through my list of subscribers, the whole almost 3,500 of them. And a lot of y'all aren't subscribed. Any reason for that? I'm not talking about being a channel member. Some of y'all are not subscribed. I was looking. I was like, So some of y'all might listen to the show on a regular basis, but have not subscribed. Please do me a favor. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please subscribe. As you can see, this is a safe community. It's a good place to be. And ain't nobody going to get hurt. Ain't nobody going to do you dirty. But please subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Share the show. And everything will be all right. Listen. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night. Monday going into Tuesday at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure y'all come on through. Peace, Christopher. Thanks for coming through. Better late than never. Peace, y'all. One love.